has entered Nigerian political conversation, and it is not just about campaign politics anymore. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has issued a strong public warning, saying nothing must happen to Peter Obi. He also renewed his call for the release of Nasser El-Rufai, arguing that democracy is tested by how those outside government are treated, not by how much power those government possesses. But why is Atiku making the statement now? Is it simply politics, or is it raising concern about the country's democratic space? Stay with me because we are going to break everything down step by step. If you have not subscribed, subscribe and turn on the bell icon to get notified anytime I upload any latest video. According to Daily Post, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar released a statement through his media aide, Shabil, where he warned that the federal government has a constitutional responsibility to protect every opposition leader. His statement focused mainly on Peter Obi, whom he said nothing must happen to, while also demanding the release of former Kaduna State Governor Nasser El-Rufai. This comes shortly after Peter Obi publicly expressed concern about his safety, saying he may not even be alive to participate in the 2027 presidential election. That comment immediately sparked national debate. Supporters of the different political parties interpreted it differently. Some agree with Obi's concern, while others argued that the statement was unnecessarily alarming. Now Atiku has entered the discussion with an even stronger message. The first major statement from Atiku was straightforward. He said, nothing must happen to Peter Obi. What exactly does that mean? Let's look into it. Atiku is not claiming that Peter Obi has already been attacked. Rather, he is saying that the Nigerian government has a duty to guarantee the safety of every citizen, including opposition politicians. His argument is that democracy only works when political opponents can campaign, speak freely, and participate without fear. He also said that if one opposition leader feels intimidated, the entire democratic system becomes weaker. Notice what he is trying to communicate. He is shifting the conversation away from one individual and towards the broader issue of democratic rights. Whether someone supports Obi, support Tinubu, support Atiku, or support any other politician, Atiku's position is that political competition should never become a security concern. He also criticized the presidency response to Peter Obi's earlier comments. According to Atiku, instead of responding calmly, government officials use personal attack and insulting language. His argument is that governments are expected to communicate with restraint. Political disagreements are normal in every democracy. However, when discussion becomes dominated by insult instead of facts, public confidence can suffer. Of course, government supporters may disagree with that assessment. They may argue that opposition politicians also make strong criticisms and that the political debate naturally becomes heated. That is why it is important to separate political opinion from established facts. The fact is that Atiku criticized the tone of the government response. Whether people agree with him remains a matter of personal opinion. Another important part of his statement focused on Nigeria's biggest challenges. According to Atiku, the real enemies are not opposition politicians. He listed poverty, he listed hunger, he listed insecurity, he listed corruption, and he also listed kidnapping as the issue government should focus on. His message is that national problem deserves more attention than political argument. Again, this is his political position. Others may believe the government is already addressing this issue while also responding to opposition criticism. The biggest issue here is actually much larger than Peter Obi or Atiku. The real question is this: how should government respond while the opposition leader express concern about their safety? Should government officials simply dismiss those concerns? Should they publicly reassure citizens, or should security agencies quietly investigate any potential threats? This question goes beyond political parties. They touches on freedom of expression, democratic competition, and public trust. That is why this story has generated so much attention. To understand why this statement is receiving so much publicity, we need some background check. Over the past several months, political activity ahead of the 2027 election has become increasingly active. Opposition parties have stepped up criticism of the current administration. Government officials have also strongly defended their policy. During this period, political exchange has become sharper. Peter Obi recently suggested that he may not even be alive to contest the next presidential election. That statement immediately attracted nationwide attention. Soon afterward, the presidency responded. Now Atiku has weighed in, arguing that such concern should not be treated lightly. He also linked the discussion of Nasir El-Rufai, calling for his release and insisting that every Nigerian deserves due process under the constitution. Whether one agree with Atiku or not, his statement connect these issues under one central argument that democratic rights should be protected equally. First of all, political arguments are normal in every democracy. Democracy does not require everyone to agree. Instead, it requires people to disagree peacefully and within the law. Secondly, public statements made by influential politicians often carry significant weight. When leaders speak about safety or democratic rights, those comments can shape national conversation. That is why such statements usually attract immediate reaction. Some people agree completely with Atiku. They believe opposition politicians deserve maximum protection and that government should publicly reassure every political actor regardless of political affiliation. Others believe Atiku is simply making a political statement ahead of future election. According to this group, politicians often use public statements to influence political narrative. Another group argues that security should never become a partisan issue. Whether someone belongs to APC, belongs to ADC, belongs to NDC or any other party, every Nigerian deserves equal protection under the law. There are also citizens who believe the conversation should quickly move away from politics and focus more on solving insecurity affecting ordinary Nigerians every day. Atiku's statement is about more than Peter Obi or Nasir El-Rufai. It raises broader questions about democratic responsibility, political tolerance, and the role of the government in protecting every citizen, regardless of political affiliation. At the same time, it is important to distinguish between political argument, public concern, and verified facts. Every democracy depends on evidence, due process, and respectful disagreement. As always, the final judgment belongs to Nigeria. Now, what do you think? Over to you. Do you think Atiku's warning raises an important democratic concern, or do you believe it is simply part of normal politics messaging ahead of 2027? Share your thoughts in the comment section respectfully. Subscribe and turn on the bell icon to get notified anytime I upload any latest video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.